Hello there, everybody. This is Books Nelson with the At Me Bros Show, coming at you with another card breakdown. And here we have Pink Diamond Historic Spotlight Vlade Divac. Not going to get into too much of a backstory, but long story short, when I first was getting into the Lakers as a little baby Books, Vlade was one of my favorite players to watch. And then he joined the Sacramento Kings, and I started noticing he was flopping all over the place. I still like Vlade, but never forgiven. All right, so here we go. Vlade Divac. I mean, long story short, he has a 94 three ball. I have a ball handling shoe on him right now. So that now you can't. His ball handles are 83, so he can speed boost if you have anybody with floor general on the floor. Also, if you use a coach for that. And if you want to rely on the floor general, that might be the smarter choice. I have a temporary shoe just for the sake of this video. But if you want to boost something else like speed with the ball or speed or lateral quickness to make him an overall better card, that might be smarter than putting on the shoe to get him to 86 ball handle. But obviously I can't bring a coach into this practice, and I also like to see how the card feels. Now my thing is, I would probably put a ball handle shoe on him because I don't like cards losing their ability to speed boost as soon as they get a little bit tired. I like that extra couple of dribbles you get with with more ball control. But if I was being like, smart about it, I would definitely say you might want to look into a lateral quickness shoe, because increasing his lateral quickness essentially makes this card perfect. Right? Like, that's really what it is. Like, his lateral quickness is a 79. If you boost this guy's defense and or speed, that's what really makes him, like, super great. But the speed boosting is very good. You see he has a 94 strength, 81 vert, not too bad, not too great. Let's look at his badges real quick before we get to his animations. So we see here, offensively and defensively, total monster. Box, brick wall, moving truck, post move lockdown. And he's 7'1". This guy's going to defend, he's going to shoot, he's got clamps, he's got rebound chaser. This is actually a really, really, really fantastic card on paper. We're going to get to those, and he's got gold quick first step with tight handles. Now, we will notice that he does not have handles for days. So before you think you're going to shake people up all day, similar to Blake Griffin, you got to make one or two moves and get going. However, I do think that he has the sauce to do that from playing around with him. We also see here he has that Hall of Fame quick draw and range extender. So that's another thing about the ball handle, is his ability to peek. When cards get tired, I don't want to be surprised by his ability to suddenly not do a peekaboo if I've been using it. You know what I mean? Now, I mean, look, if you're doing peekaboos with a center, you're probably a bad person. But this is where we are. All right, and we see here a bunch of great post-up badges, no slithery finisher, but he's not going to be really driving to the bucket and, sliding between defenders. All right, let's get right to it. So here are his hot zones. Not great, not amazing, but he has a 94 three ball, so I don't know how important hot zones really are when you, shoot as well as Vlade does. I haven't found the green window with this character yet. His shot reminds me of somebody. Somebody has this exact shot. I don't know if it's a Mo Bamba or something. Somebody has this shot like almost exactly. And yeah, so there we go. We're getting a few whites, but a little early. Trying to see how good that green window feels. I have been getting a lot of whites with this card, so his shot might be a little bit. I like to spend a lot of time with it. It took me a while to get used to ball shot, and now when I'm in the green window, it's like literally greens all day. So you guys know, if you watch my videos, I'm about practice with the card before you really judge the jumper. But I will say he doesn't have one of those, oh, I've been playing with this card for 15 seconds and I can green all day type jumpers. That's all I can say. I won't go as far as to say that he has, a bad or inferior jumper or anything like that. But there you go. All right, let's look at his leaner, although probably not going to be doing too many leaners with the center. But it's good to know. And for those of you guys who might be newer to my channel, there is a really good use for the leaner as a center. So when you're late in the shot clock and you're here in this situation and people are expecting a hook or a fade, you spin out the post, run across the free throw line and do a leaner. That shot is open 100% of the time. No one ever guards that shot, and the CPU struggles to guard that shot as well. So when these cards have good hot zones and good, shooting stats, that leaner is money at the end of the shot clock. Money. I don't think I've ever had that move not work. It even works in park. So anyway, so that's that. Let's see if it's peekaboo. Oh my God, his peekaboo's fast. Whoa, that's a little silly. Boy, that's dumb as hell. That is crazy. That's crazy for a center to be able to do that. Wow, what a cornball. that is a lot. That is lovely. All right. Let's see that again. Boy, his peekaboo is so quick. It actually looks like he's doing the pro hezi almost, the way he does it. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Just gotta get the time. I'm not really trying for the timing. I'm just looking at the animation right now, but yeah. I almost feel like him not having hot zones is a necessary nerf. Otherwise, this gotta be really annoying. He might be really annoying anyway. All right, we're gonna look at his full court dribbles real quick. Behind the back, solid for a big guy. Between the legs is actually very, very good. We're gonna look at that crossover. Crossover is really bad. Hezi cross is solid, not amazing, but solid. And we'll look at the hezi right stick. And the right hezi with the right stick's bad. Never do it. So his between the legs is good. His behind the back is pretty good. His between the legs is excellent. His behind the back is pretty good. And his hezi crossover is okay. It's not the best. All right. And let's see his hezi explosion to the same side is actually very good. Cool. So this is his, hesitation. He's a center, so he's not going to have the Pro 3 hezi. All right. But this is his step back. This step back is actually fantastic. Now, if you do it raw, there's a little bit of a delay there. However, if you do it out of like combos and stuff, the step back is really smooth. So that was just me tapping left trigger and then stepping back. And because he has Hall of Fame range extender, you're well within his range when you do that. So that's already very strong because it's hard for any center to really guard that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not easy to deal with. But because he has that quick first step, obviously you have the mix-up where you can dive in off the dribble. Shout out to my boy Spatial Jones. I saw him doing that to people with Dirk. And in both Triple Threat and My Team Unlimited. And it was very effective. All right, so I'm going to show you his speed boost and dribbles real quick. So this is his momentum. It's actually a really good momentum for a big guy. So again, same thing. You can momentum, step back and then snatch back and then step back afterwards. Now, so there you might have seen it. I already kind of gave it away. He does have the momentum and then cancel into the step back there. And it's really good when you cancel it at the right window. Like, if you cancel that early enough, it like literally is like a zigzag kind of thing. But you have to cancel it right after the snatchback window goes away, and you're good to go. But you get really good at that, and he's really going to be like annoying to deal with because it's just really, really smooth. And he probably has the double. Yeah, and he can double off of that too. So honestly, that's all he needs as a ball handler. That is literally it. Like, everything, like, he doesn't need to shake you up and take you to the basket, He just needs to get that going. And again, for those guys who might not have seen my Dino Raja video way back, if you're here on the logo and people are playing off you and you do that and you pull up into that jumper, that's a very, very easy green window. It's basically the same thing as doing a peekaboo because it's the same exact timing every time. And as soon as he starts to get into a stop animation, you can pull up. And again, with Hall of Fame range extender, no matter at what point you do it, he's in his range. If his feet are on the logo and you momentum, at any point you shoot after that momentum dribble, it's a good shot for you. All right? So again, you have the combination of that, and then you also have the combination of that and the step back to get you back into that shooting range. And honestly, that's really all he needs. But we're going to look at more of his dribbles, though. We're not going to stop it there. So this is him off of the regular size up, and I can definitely feel that he doesn't have Hall of Fame quick first step, and that's not a knock on him because he is really good. But I will say, like, a card like, funny enough, I think it's Nick Claxton, off of the regular size up or coming out of a triple threat, he's like lightning fast because of Hall of Fame quick first step. Vlade's fast, but he's not as fast as a center can be out of that Hall of Fame quick first step, right? So let's see. So this is his shooting behind the back, which is very good for him. And he explodes out of it really nicely too. That one, he also explodes out of really nicely as well. He just kind of slides right out of that move. So you can momentum behind the back with this character, especially when you got people looking for, once you get people looking for this thing, then your attacking moves are going to be even, stronger with Vlade. So, yeah, and the double hop back too. Like, if you're struggling to get the momentum into the step back going, I mean, he has the double step back. That is so good. That is so good. And that's really all you need with the character. You see his momentum behind the back is actually really strong. And I should also mention that between the legs, very good in the half court for him. Very smooth. Gets him around the court really easily, and it's obviously once you get into a run you can get it going as well, although I notice on the half spin it combos much quicker than it does regularly, but I think his behind the back should work as well too. He needs a little bit more of a running start to get the behind the back or the between the legs to look like really good. There's the behind the back, a little on the slow side. but still pretty good. You know, I mean, again, this is a 7'1" center that I'm doing all of this with, so keep that in mind. And we're going to look at a little bit more of his size-up dribble, see what his normal dribbles look like, how he explodes out of them. So his normal dribbles are pretty slow, which is to be expected because he's a big guy. Just see if we can find one that's good. His behind the back isn't too bad. His standing behind the back isn't too bad. That's a relatively safe dribble if you just want to, you know, move out of it. You get into a situation where you stop and you want to kind of mix it up and keep going. That behind the back dribble is definitely going to be, you know, pretty solid. Yeah, his momentum into like his mix-ups is just crazy. Like that is sick. So that's just momentum dribble, and then right stick back to the ball hand. So momentum. Did it too slow. I'm trying to show you guys. There we go. So you can kind of like rock you a little bit, which is cool because that's like a real basketball move, you know. Just rock you a little bit. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, this is definitely. And then he can go into the step back off of that. This card, that was weird. That's a weird lag spike. That was crazy. Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's look at his shooter step backs. Oh, man, he jumps really far. Hold on. So he can momentum back to the same hand and then come back the other way. Yeah. Yeah, this card is definitely pretty slick. I don't know how much of this you're really going to do in the game beyond the step back stuff I showed you and like simple momentum stuff. But the fact that he has it and that he moves this way definitely opens up the possibilities for this card. I think overall in the game, people play it so simple, but there's definitely room for a lot of these things. What you'll see a lot with the pros is the pros will do stuff like this once in a while. They'll kind of like slip it in, and people don't notice it. Like they don't notice how much the pros are like doing stuff like that. Yeah, this card is pretty solid. Definitely think he's really good. I do think he's worth the grind, even though I will say you do have to play the Lakers twice, and that Shaq card is definitely annoying for sure. But you should be fine. Throw Dino or, you know, Kareem or something on him, you'll be all right. If you have a big defensive center, you can at least slow him down inside somewhat. But yeah, that's pretty much. So we'll look at his layup packages and his dunks, and we'll look at his post-up animations and get up on out of here. But yeah, this is a really good card. I'm going to go through the whole spotlights, and there's a lot of really good cards to go through. But I have to say, this is definitely one of the better centers I have played with. He feels really good. Only thing I would say is I need more time with his jump shot before I can really give it a blessing. And also, as we can see here, he's actually not the greatest finisher in the world, which is pretty consistent with Vlade Divac. He wasn't much of a dunker. He was more of a finesse guy. That was back when finesse center was like literally a dirty word that they would like saddle you with. They'd be like, yeah, he's a finesse center. And that basically meant you was a punk who didn't want to go inside in the 90s. You knew how to shoot like some kind of sucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's Vlade's game. And he's not going to be going in and banging on people, you know, too much. He doesn't have an insane dunk package, but he's a great shooter. He should be a great defender. He should also be a great post-up player. Speaking of which, let's look at the triple threat. Look at his post-up moves. Get out of here. So triple threat first. All right, so we'll check the spin. Oh, very nice. Very nice spin out of triple threat. I like it. Let's see what the chat's talking about real quick. All right. Same side, but pretty quick. Not the super glitchiest fastest I've seen, but also pretty quick. Let's look at a couple more triple threat animations real quick. Yeah, looking good. Oh, that's actually a nice little step back out of the triple threat because he can go right into the behind the back off of that. That's pretty good. And he explodes out of it too. He almost lost the ball. That's pretty funny. All right, and now let's look at his post animation. See if he has a good post fade. That was too close. That's my fault. Do it over here. Ooh, very nice post fade. Kind of a goofy looking release, but you saw the green. See, going the other way. Very nice, going the other way. Yeah, I like his post fade animations a lot, actually. See the post hop. His post hop's a little on the slow side, and it doesn't create a lot of space. So, you know, probably want to post fade. His post hop going to the middle doesn't create a lot of space, but it does seem to have a nice little mix up with his post fade. It's almost like he's reversed a little bit. Like his post fade creates a little more space, and his post hop just kind of changes the rhythm. You know, and obviously you can ball fake off of that. Yeah, looking pretty solid. Let's see his explosion out of the post up. Actually pretty nice. Not the fastest I've seen, but definitely not slow or a liability when exploding out of the post. Yeah, not super fast going the other way. So even though he has like some really good ratings in terms of agility and speed, he doesn't feel particularly fast or glitchy or anything like that. Like, you definitely don't feel like you're playing with like a Dino Raja or even a Kareem or something like that. He's not a slow, I wouldn't call him slow, but he's a mid-speed card. He's a mid-speed card that has a lot of skill moves that he has access to. And if that's your cup of tea, then this is your guy, because he's got the post moves that he has access to. He's got a lot of the, you know, he's really going to cook and boogie off the dribble. And funny enough, the way he dribbles is a little more balanced than the way some of the other bigs dribble. Except for that stuff, like he can really zigzag left and right. But overall, it's a little over the top. But I would like to see a center like him be able to dribble a little bit and have to play more of a skill game. I think Vlade is kind of going in the right direction as far as that goes. But yeah, all right, so that's going to wrap it up for Vlade Divac. I think we pretty much looked at everything. He's got a lot of great animations at his disposal, but his shot, I'm going to need some more time with it before I can really judge it. So I can't give his shot like a super thumbs up because it wasn't revealed to be like super great in this session. I've gotten some greens. There we go. So it might be that, actually it might be the lack of hot zones. It might be that, you know, he's much better in those hot zones, which might influence what you think of the card. Because now that I'm shooting in the hot zones, he's definitely making a lot more greens. I think he might need that hot zone help. Yeah. Yes, you might want to be careful. So even though he has range extender, you're going to have to be basically perfect when you're shooting from here. But, you know, that's the skill burden you take with a card like this. Because it's definitely harder to green outside of his hot zone. That's for sure. Because you guys could even see it. Like, got a lot of greens in those hot zones. And here, I mean, I still got to learn to release. So, again, this isn't a negative knock. It's just more of a be careful, keep your eye out for it kind of thing. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how much of a knockdown shooter he's really going to be outside of his hot zones. He's got the rating, he's got the range extender, and he's even got the peekaboo. And I have a feeling it's probably easier to shoot with him off the peekaboo. Yeah, the peekaboo, he's good money. The peekaboo, he's good money. But his regular shot off the catch and shoot, not so sure. But all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for Vlade. He seems pretty strong, I have to say. Especially for a free card, he's definitely better than most. I'm not sure he'll be everybody's cup of tea. I think some people might want a card that's a little bit more athletic. So even though it's very exciting to have a 7-footer who can speed boost and has range extender and all that stuff, Vlade's like the real life Vlade, little quirky, you know. So treat him as such. I don't think he's like an overpowered DemiGod, but I do think he's probably very good. I think he's probably very good, and I think the people who spend a lot of time with him are probably going to find a lot of success with him. Especially if you throw a lateral quickness shoe on him, get his lateral quickness above 79, then you might really find that he's basically good at everything except for overpowering people and dunking on them. That's the one thing that there's no way to get around it. All right, guys, I hope this was informative for you. Thank you so much for rocking with me, Brandon Bowles, Anthony Diaz. I see y'all in the chat. What's up, what's up? I'll see you guys in the next one as we continue to get through these historic spotlights. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace.